The Boy Who Invented Numbers. Chapter 7. The Man in the Hole. Pilk and Fiona continued making each other laugh by taking turns talking in Tootha's voice, and it struck Pilk that he often laughed when Fiona was around. He thought he might mention it, but he felt a bit awkward, so he let the moment pass. "Well," Fiona said, finally standing up, "I'd better get back to collecting herbs and wildflowers for Nina. She's showing me how to make medicines to make people better." "Nina's great, isn't she?" Pilk said. "She always has time to explain anything to anybody." "Yes, you're right," Fiona said. "Nina likes sharing the things she's learned. Like the flowers she grows from seeds, she likes planted knowledge in our heads and seeing that grow." Pilk wanted to tell Fiona how much like the wise old Nina she sounded, but he let that moment pass as well. Just then they heard a very strange sound. "Oh," the sound went, and then, "I don't feel very well." "Who said that?" Pilk asked Fiona. "I think it came from behind those bushes," Fiona said, and she dashed over. Pilk wasn't quite so keen. He felt he had already seen enough wild and dangerous creatures for one day. "I think I'm starting to go off yellow fruit," he muttered. "It just doesn't seem worth the bother any more." "Hello there," Fiona called out to the disembodied voice. "Where are you?" "Over here," said the voice, sounding even sadder than before. "I'm stuck in a hole under a tree." "Well, that's not much help, is it?" Pilk said. "We're surrounded by trees. I mean, it's a forest." "Stop being silly, Pilk," Fiona snapped at him. "Whoever it is in trouble and needs our help. Their life could be in danger." "My life's already in danger," Pilk mumbled under his breath, "from Tootha and Evie when they catch up with me." Fiona ignored him and called out to the unseen voice again. "Can you make a noise with a large stick, perhaps?" Pilk imagined Tootha bashing him with his large stick. They heard the sound of wood clunking against wood. "Over there," Fiona shouted. "I can see a hole underneath that heavy branch." "Perhaps we should go and get more help," Pilk shrugged. "Hold on," Fiona said sharply. "We need to find out how badly hurt he is first." Pilk sighed and imagined how many bruises he was going to get from Evie's catapult practice. "Hello down there," Fiona called to the person trapped in the hole. "I'm Fiona. This is Pilk. What's your name?" "Oh, I'm Sir Tissue." The voice sneezed loudly. "The damp down here is affecting my nose." "Oh dear, I am sorry," Fiona said genuinely. "My name is..." The poor captive had a sudden coughing fit. "You really don't sound very well at all," Fiona said. "Is that the damp as well?" "Oh no, I had a bad chest before I fell in the hole," the weak voice replied. "I'm Sam. Sick Sam, some people call me, on account of the fact that I'm usually, most of the time, not very well." "Don't worry," Fiona said. "We're going to get you out and take you back to our village." "Are we?" Pilk said, not entirely happy about Fiona's plan. "Who is he? I don't even know him," Pilk blurted out, and instantly regretted. He realised that he had just lit the fuse. "Pilk, how could you?" Fiona yelled, as angrily at him as he had ever heard her. "What are you, some kind of caveman? I know it's hard to survive in these times, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't help other people, even people we don't know. Pilk went to say something, but then thought better of it and kept quiet. We're going to get this poor man out, she continued, and take him back to Nina. And we're going to make him better. Any arguments? Pilk fumbled around in his brain for an answer that wouldn't upset her, but he knew there was only one way to answer. Oh, I'm sorry, he mumbled. Don't say sorry to me, Fiona barked. Say sorry to Sam for hurting his feelings. Pilk decided he'd better get it over with quick, so he leaned over the hole and said, Sorry, Sam, for hurting your feelings. That's better, Fiona said. Now, let's get him out of there. Pilk sighed and felt lucky to have escaped not being badly injured with the sharp end of one of Fiona's arrows. How did you end up in the hole, Sam? Fiona called down. Oh, I fell out of a tree, Sam replied sadly. Pilk looked confused. Oh dear, she said. And how did you end up in the tree? I slipped off the path, Sam replied, while I was running away. Pilk snorted in even more disbelief. Fiona carried on regardless. My stars, what were you running away from? Fiona asked. I was being chased by a bear, Sam said, in a voice so sad it almost broke Fiona's heart. Pilk was much less impressed and shouted, His story's getting more ridiculous. Stop being horrible, Fiona shouted at Pilk. Can't you see he needs help? Help coping with reality, you mean? Pilk scoffed. I think he's a bit nuts. That's enough, Pilk, Fiona barked at him. Then she turned towards the helpless voice. Why did the bear chase you, Sam? I was out collecting honey for my sore throat, Sam answered, and the bear must have smelled the honey, so it chased me for the honey. Oh, my goodness, Fiona exclaimed in shocked surprise. Then I fell off the path because of my weak legs, Sam continued, and I landed in the tree. Oh dear, and then what happened? Fiona asked. Then the bear climbed into the tree, and the branch broke, and we both ended up in the hole. We? Fiona almost screamed. You mean the bear is in the hole with you? Oh, yes, Sam said sadly. I'm not having a very good day, am I? Why didn't he just mention the bear in the first place? Pilk cried out. You didn't ask me about the bear, Sam piped back. You only asked me about the hole. Pilk ground his teeth and looked like he was about to break his beloved spear in exasperation. But if the bear is down there with you, Fiona cried, why hasn't it torn you to pieces? Oh, it's having a nap at the moment, Sam said. I gave it some honey, which seemed to make it happy, and luckily the branch fell between us, so I don't think it can reach me. You're lucky I can't reach you, Pilk muttered, too quiet for Fiona to hear. We've got to get Sam out right now, before the bear wakes up, cried Fiona. Think of something, Pilk. Huh? Who, me? Pilk said, with some surprise. What do you expect me to do? We can't lift that branch on our own. Oh, that's an idea, Fiona called down into the hole. Sam, is there any way that you could help us by pushing a branch up from where you are? I'm not very strong, Sam said meekly, and my arms hurt from when I fell in the hole. Oh, I don't suppose you could push with your legs? Fiona asked. Unfortunately, I've got bad knees and weak ankles and sore shins, Sam said, and I've got a severe bump on my head when I fell in the hole. Oh, well, Pilk announced, making a move as if to leave. Sounds like he's too far gone already. Let's go. Pilk, don't you dare move, Fiona almost screamed at him. Let me make this absolutely clear. We're getting Sam out of that hole now. If you think you're doing anything else, you've got another think coming. She moved her hand threateningly towards her bow to prove to Pilk that she was being deadly serious. All right, calm down, Pilk spluttered in justified fear. I didn't mean it. But face facts, Fiona. If Sam can't help us lift that branch, then we have no chance. Come on, Pilk, Fiona pleaded with him. You're supposed to be the smartest Stone Age guy around. Come up with something. If not for poor sick Sam, then for me. That did it. Fiona had finally spoken the magic words and gotten through to him, using the one thing that he cared about more than anything else, their friendship.